Welcome to Lighten Up Talk Radio with Michael and Lee. Join us with topics that wake up the connection to your soul. You can listen to us at lightenuptalkradio.com. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday, August 2nd, and we are recording another episode of Lighten Up Talk Radio. And we have had quite a day here in Dandridge getting ready for this show. It is actually 9:10 p.m. When we're recording. And when did we get started kind of getting ready, Lee?
You came here about 11 o'clock, and we went to lunch. We got back probably around 12:30, and then we started setting the camera up, and so I'd give it 30 minutes, 1 o'clock. And I thought instead of you going to say August the 2nd, you was going to say it's on August the 3rd.
Because we're almost at midnight.
Because we're almost at midnight. What a day this has been.
Quite there yet.
No, we're not. But by the time we get through here, we just
might be, huh?
That's right.
Well, we really have had an amazing day, as we always do. We did a very first video recording. We got a new digital camcorder, and we're going to start recording mini videos. And this kind of actually kicked us off a little quicker than we expected, but we had a request for us to do some angel work, a little bit more angel work type things. And so we thought, well, we're going to do videos. Try a little video series of working with an angel at a time. Something short and sweet, but probably have a meditation on it and that sort of thing. And we're going to record our first one pretty soon. And today we got our video recorder and we pulled it out and we just had fun with it, learning about it, and sat there on the couch cross-legged like two little kids and just had a blast.
Yes, I decided that after I looked back on that I was definitely going to at least dress up a little bit better than what I did today.
Hey, now, I didn't have any makeup on either.
Oh, I know you didn't. You had your flip-flops off. If you guys could have just seen what I look like in that camera, boy, it almost scared me.
Hey, now, when we do this radio show, we dress kind of like however we want to dress.
That's true.
We could be in our pajamas for all you all know.
And we might be. On Halloween, we could dress up in our Halloween outfits, whatever that it is. Because we're pretty fun people.
We are. And for those of you who have not ever seen us, you will get to see us for the first time on video.
Yeah.
We haven't even put our bios up yet on our website.
No, we're just going to talk through that.
Yeah. Actually, that'll be funner to do video bios versus written ones.
Right. You know, we've been talking about writing this for just like several months, and it just never materialized to do that. And so, I was saying to Michael, I said, we just talk it. Let's just talk it.
Open our mouths and
tell everybody
roll.
Exactly where we came from, what we're doing, and go with it. Because, I always like the personal touch.
Yeah.
More so than just typing something out and sticking it on a computer. I just like the personal touch of things. And I think that's what really makes us different. We're looking at the world in a different fashion than most do. And anything that I look at, even like today with all of this stuff that we've gone through, it's been a happy type of day. We've even ended up, and I'll say this to the audience, of moving just about every piece of furniture in this whole studio today to totally reorganize the energy in this studio. And it just worked out a whole lot better the way that it is. So we just kind of go by the seat of our pants. Just, this is old North Carolina saying, but we just kind of do it that way, and it just totally works. It
does work, and we reorganized our space in order to allow, if we want somebody else to come and sit with us while we're talking on the show, they can now. And, I know we've talked about that we want that to happen. We put that intention out. Well, now we actually took the physical steps ourselves so that the space is available for that to happen. So we're excited about that. And I have to say, I love this new seat that I'm sitting in and this table that we can look straight across from each other now. It's really wonderful.
It is wonderful. And, we already had a couple of people that wanted to come do this, so we thought, well, it's about time. We better get our furniture together to be able to come in to do that. And it just feels it feels like the area is totally refreshed.
Yeah.
I mean,
ready for the next phase of this project.
Exactly. And whatever that is, we just go with it.
Yes, and we're real excited. So we'd like to ask you all, we're going to be kicking off a lot of new things over the next couple months. Anyone out there that has any type of paranormal activity in their home or life in general, if, ghosts or, deceased loved ones that seem to be coming into your home and you would like some help with that, for us to help communicate something for you, or even come into your home and do some clearing work. We eventually are going to be doing some videoing of that, and we'd like to put it out there. So if you have any requests yourself or know anyone that could use some help in that area, please send us an email, lightenuptalkradio@gmail.com.
That'd be great, because this is another phase of our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started out in a paranormal type group, several years ago, and that was really the first encounters that I went into the spiritual realm, was into that. I'm also I'm a licensed demonologist, and I might be one of the only ones in Tennessee. I don't know, but I have been told that if I'm not the only one, it's just maybe a couple of us. But we would be very able to go in and do whatever needs to be done in that category as well. If there is just a clearing, just about an hour ago, I got a phone call before we started this show about a clearing in a home in Asheville, North Carolina. And it was very interesting. We were just talking about that this morning, and here this call came in, tonight.
Yeah. And
there was a clearing that needed to be handled, and we remotely did that. And the energy has been sent out there. While Michael was setting the table up, I was actually over there texting the person and telepathically doing it. So it was a very interesting, a very fast one, but that's all it needs to be. It's just around the intentions that you put out to do so.
Yes. Well, before, earlier this morning when we kind of did our little thing where we talk and kind of see what's going on in our weeks, reconnect, and pull some cards sometimes. This week we pulled some cards, and I'll just have to go through mine because I think they're really important right now, not only for myself, but you all out there. And the first one, as I was shuffling the deck this morning, that just fell out of our lap, and we both giggled at it because this is our first angel that we're going to talk about in our angel series. And the Archangel Michael card just rolled out of the deck, of the Ascended Master deck. And it says, "You can do it." And it sure resonates with what we're going through right now, and trusting and having full confidence, not just maybe in self, but in the divine that's working through, trusting that the divine working through is really all that matters, and leaning on that and leaning on the angels to help trust that process and that flow. So you can do it. You all out there that maybe invoking a new project or starting something new, or maybe leaving something that's old, you can do it. You can do it. And you can also call on Archangel Michael, who is just a fabulous angel, to help kind of buoy your strength, help you connect to that strength within yourself. The angels are just an incredible realm of messengers that are there that we can lean upon. They're not going to do the work for us, but we can lean upon them to rest in the womb of the divine through them. And so call on Archangel Michael to help you see and feel the strength that you have within you. And I guarantee you that you will receive some support with that. And it may even look a little different than you expect, but you will receive support. And so I would like to ask Archangel Michael right now to touch the heart of each one of you out there that are going through some challenge and making some new decision in your life, and to also help lift any burdens from your heart, your body, your mind. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping us move into this year, learning how incredibly blessed that we are, and honoring that we are children of God, of pure light and love, and you can rest in this. Absolutely, you can rest in this. And so it is.
And so it is. About an hour before we just started this show, Michael the Archangel was standing behind Michael Lot that I'm looking at the table. And it was very interesting, as Michael said, I feel the energy of Michael behind me. And Michael was actually wrinkling the top of his T-shirt and pulling the back of it. You can. It doesn't have to be any certain way that you see an angel. They're very dedicated to what they do because, of course, they are messengers from God. But they also can be very playful. Mm-hmm. They can be very they have a personality to them, I think. And
without ego.
Without ego.
Yeah.
It's just personality. It's just mm-hmm. whatever, they know who you are and what mm-hmm. resonates with you. And a lot of times that's the way that they react with you. And I know when I close my eyes and I really go into a deep meditation, the color is cobalt blue within my head. So if you when you get into that state of meditation, if that color comes in, a lot of times it's the energy of Michael. But I just think it's been a great day. And I do believe when you made the comment a while ago about Michael coming in and or the angels coming in to forward you on, I think that was exactly what was going on with us today.
Yeah.
Because he was in here, or the angel was in here to actually go in and forward us on to get on the air.
Yeah, and make some changes today
right.
for the vents that are coming in. And
right.
Archangel Michael just wanted me to also say he's very hot angel. So sometimes you may notice him by the heat. And when he comes around me, it's usually around my shoulders or my back. I feel the heat, or even neck. And he wanted me to relay that message that oftentimes you may feel him through the heat.
And that's terrific. That's a great message. And we thank you, Archangel Michael.
And I'm glad, Lee, that you mentioned about his typical color is cobalt blue. And he also resonates with the throat chakra of speaking your truth. So if you're ever in need of leaning on the divine for any type of support with that, call on his blessed energy to support you.
Right.
And it's done.
And it's done.
All you got to do is ask.
So it is. That's the way that it goes. That's the way that it is.
You don't have to ask 10 times, just once.
No, just once. All it needs is one time. And the cards that I received today, I actually got two. I actually pulled 3 cards, but 2 of them was Mother Mary. So I think that's definitely a card that I need to pay great attention to. The first Mother Mary, it said, just a minute. It says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. And it's Mother Mary, and it says, expect a miracle. Holding a baby with all children around it. And I always am expecting miracles to always happen. But this was just a good thing for me to read today, because I've been having some issues as far as a little sickness in the family. And I felt like that this was totally a great card to get. And then when I pulled a second card that says nurture yourself, and this was Mother Mary.
Again.
Then it totally was expect a miracle. Okay, there's with the health issue. And nurture yourself as far as not getting too deep into it, to just hit the surface of it and lay it down. And, we'll take care of it. Whatever way that turns out is going to be the best way. And just always take faith into that. The next card I got was Golden Opportunity. And it says, important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And that was from Yemanya. I'm pretty sure I got it, Yemanya. But anyway, it is That's also very interesting card, because this whole week I've been getting messages all week long about all these new ventures that's going to be taking place with us. I've been doing quite a lot of astro travel this week. I have been told that I astro travel at night, which that is coming out of your body and being led normally by a spirit guide or an angel out of your body to whatever you need to see or ever who you need to meet, sometimes on the other side or whatever that is. But I've been told that I travel out at night more than I stay in the bed, which that's pretty interesting to me. And what a wonderful thing that is. But I actually woke myself up one night this week when I just totally felt myself coming down on the bed again. And in my mind's eye was this great big lion. I had this lion face just looking at me. It was just a huge head of the lion. And that was for strength. I totally got strength with that. And I think that every time that I go out to visit, I get the strength to come back to be able to have ideas that's just totally going off in my head all the time like fireworks. It's just like this and this and this and this. And I have to just really sometimes center myself to not go too far with it, because if you just touch it briefly, sometimes you don't do the job that needs to be done. So I try to kind of take it down maybe to 3 different things that maybe I need to work on that week. But it's been this energy has been incredible this year, whereby, even if you're just starting now in the spiritual thinking and the spiritual realm of things, I still believe that out there you're still feeling the energy shifts. I think everybody's feeling the energy shifts. You might not know exactly what it is, but you're feeling it. It is totally there. And also a lot of dreams. There's a lot more dreams going on. I'd also like to, I've talked about this before in another show, but just make sure you keep a pen and paper beside your bed. And when you wake up during the night, then you need to write the times down. And then go to, an angel book and look at the times in there, and then read about exactly the messages that the angels are trying to give to you. It's very important. I use all those tools every day, and it's amazing how it tracks my life of how that week is going to be. And it's just a great thing. And also today, what a wonderful thing happened was that Michael's father came in. That has crossed over when I think Michael was 8. And my father came in as well. And it was just a wonderful meeting. I'd like to honor that. There was quite a lot of information that was given today that was very helpful. And the beautiful part about this is that Michael was able to relate to me what my father said, and I related to him what his father said. And that's the way it always works. I always say, find yourself at least another person you can speak about anything, and there's no judgment whatsoever. Because when you totally open yourself up to just the divine order of God, it always comes out perfect. Always perfect. And the information that both of us got today was exactly what we needed to have, of release and go forward. And everything is right where it needs to be. Don't ever question that in your life. There's always a reason why you're where you're at. Now I'm looking across the table now. This is kind of a different scenario because we used to talk across the desk. Now we got us a great little table, and it's just working out beautifully because I'm looking at Michael totally spinning around. And so that is something he needs to say.
Yes, I went quiet because Archangel Michael has some messages for you all out there, and so I'm going to let him speak. I am Archangel Michael, and I am the angel of courage and strength. And each one of you is a child of light. And yes, I do mean you. You are a child of light. And it is time for you to wake up to your highest calling. If you have any resistance to this, please ask. Please ask me to help you. I will be there instantaneously for you to lean upon and to help lift each and every burden from your life. It is time, dear ones. It is time. There is much great work to be done on the planet. And your special, unique gifts from God are required for this transformation. You are perfect. You are divine. If you have any resistance to change, just acknowledge it. Be truthful about it. It is with truth and in truth that you allow change to happen. You must be honest with yourselves, dear ones. You must be honest with yourselves. It is at this core that change can happen. And we urge you at this time to be honest with yourselves. All you have to do is ask. Ask for us angels to be there present in your life. You don't even have to say our name. You just have to think it. And it is done. I look forward to working with each one of you as I am just a call away. Love and blessings. Thank you.
And love and blessings to
Love
you.
and blessings to you. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming through us today and giving us such a wonderful day here of change within ourselves here at Lighten Up Talk Radio.
That's right. It's been a wonderful day. And it's been all around the change. And to tap into the angels is just a wonderful energy. Just the energy comes into this studio that is totally an incredible thing. That's why we're welcoming an opening of the door for more people to come in and to feel this energy.
Yes.
I was, Michael and myself was talking about it today. To be able to just to sit here and to feel this is an incredible moment. And we will have seating that will be here, that you would be able to get in contact with us, to be able just to sit here in space when we're actually doing the show, and to be able to actually sit there and see exactly how everything works here. It is total divine order. It is totally divine order on this earth that we know. And is brought into this space every single week. The situation here is that we really don't even concentrate on what we say because there's no need to. We also do this when it's supposed to be done. As today, we waited 8 hours. But we waited 8 hours because it was time for Michael the Archangel to come in and to speak when the timing was totally correct for the universe. They do not go by time. And so we do not have time.
You know, I think that's one of the gifts that we do want to offer you all, is to just really go with the flow of your life. If something like, for example, today, we just totally got shifted off the track of kind of what we thought our day when we were going to get on the show, and then something just totally changed, but we went with the flow of it. We didn't get caught up in, oh no, we're not doing what we were going to do kind of situation. Everyone, everyone can do this. It takes practice, and I'm certainly not saying that I'm perfect at it by any means, but it is definitely my intention to just be free to just go with the flow. If the door closes on something, then another one's going to open, and I'd like to put that out there as an intention for any of you all out there. Let's set ourselves free from preconceived notions about the way life goes or what we think that we're supposed to be doing right now, because it could change in a moment's notice. And I can tell you from my personal experience that every time that happens, there's usually something better than I ever thought right around the corner. And so why waste the mental energy getting into the negativity about it when you could be celebrating that something wonderful is coming around the corner? Celebrating. And I actually, this week, that message has come up a lot for me, to really stay in the celebration mode about everything in life, because it is in the celebration and staying in that energy that you bring more of it to you.
Always.
It's a party.
It stayed in the energy of happiness. It stayed into the energy of not taking anything too seriously. Because if there is a change in your life and you don't understand it, or you think, why has this happened to me? I can assure you, based on the experience that I've had in my lifetime, there is always something better coming down. No matter what type of, just like I had said earlier, there is quite a lot of illness that is around me right now with family members. And I've taken on the thought pattern that it's there because it's supposed to be. You cannot get in the center of it. That is their journey, not yours. All you can do is support it and support that person with as much positive attitude as you can possibly give them. Mm-hmm. But it is their journey and not yours, and there's not a thing that you can do about it one way or the other. And if the time is there to leave, then that's divine order. And you bless it, because there's always something coming down that is going to be happiness, to where everybody, it works it out energetically. Oh, yeah. It totally works it out energetically. And so don't ever question it. Just don't. And I know that's very difficult to say, because I've had to work on this for a long time and still work on it. It still has phases of that. But at that point in time, I just stop myself and I just say, don't go there. There is happiness on every corner of each person that you're thinking about, including yourself. There is other great avenues, such as the card I pulled today of golden opportunities. Mm-hmm. That is exactly what it will be for all.
Absolutely. We all are, as Archangel Michael put it, children of the divine, children of light, and we were given dominion to have joyful, blessed lives. But we do have to claim it. We have to claim our inheritance, our divine inheritance. It's given, but you have to claim it. You have free will here in this human space. So don't you want to claim it? I know I do. Not. Yes. It's a daily practice, however. It is a daily practice. You don't just do it once. You have to keep doing it. You have to claim it in the moment by moment, claim your divine inheritance. And so just going to church one time or just reading a book one time is not going to get you there.
No.
You have to do it moment to moment. And it does take practice, especially in this world where so much of this world is looking outside of themselves for love, truth, joy, happiness. And it takes each one of us consciously making the change, which I believe this is the change that Archangel Michael's referring to this year. We each one of us have to claim it and do the daily practice in whatever kind of practice you choose. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever.
No, it doesn't.
As a matter of fact, the more we just play and have fun in our life and live that playful energy in everything that we do, the easier it is. I found for me, the more seriousness I bring into activities, the more difficult it is. If it just play and do what I love, and even if at the present time I can't do it all, I make time for it. You know, I have a regular job that I'm growing and learning so much in it, but I wouldn't say that it's my absolute divine passion by any means. And I'm sure there's many of you out there that are in a similar boat. But I do make sure that I take time every week to be working on my divine passion. And you ought to be doing it too. Take some amount of time out of your week and put it towards the energy of your divine passion. If you don't know what it is, put it towards the prayer and the intentions of it unfolding. Put it towards the prayer intention of receiving a vision of your life. Put it towards something that is about bringing it in. And then you will get to the next step. But you got to put the energy out.
You can't expect just to sit there and not put the action steps in place. It does not work that way. The way that you came in was total free will. And God gave us free will. And your free will of sitting there and looking at someone else to tell you what to do next, or to say, I don't have time for this. I just really don't like my job, but I'm just going to stay here because this is just a source of money that comes into me, but I'm not really happy with it. You have to put yourself in action. Change jobs. Or change your thought pattern about that job. Because a lot of times it's not around the job itself, it's around you. Because you're so unhappy with your own self that you absolutely, regardless of what that job would be, it would be the same scenario, whatever that you were doing.
It's like projecting it.
It is projecting it. You've got to project the image that you want to have in your life. You have to look at it. You have to see it out there. You have to put the action steps in there. Everything has to flow. You can't just sit there and think that it's going to fall in your lap. And the change of your mind has got to just happen. It just has to happen. There is nothing in anybody's life if woe is me. It's like no matter what is going on, happiness should be the forefront of wherever that you're at in your life, and to go forward and put the intention out there of really what you want. That's what Michael and myself are doing right here. Every week we put out our intentions of where we're going to go in our life. Where are we going to go with this show? Where are we going to go next week? I can't tell you because I'm not there yet, okay? The only thing I can tell you is what's going on this week, okay? But I can also tell you that every day I'm searching of the action step to take to go to the next place. Because I'm moving forward. Absolutely. And one of the things that I have learned is very vividly that you have to work your own journey. You can't sit back and say, I don't like reading books. I don't like doing this. I don't want to look this up. I don't have time for this. That is nothing but absolute excuses. And I call that a monkey brain.
There's options, multiple options for every one of the above.
Always. There's always other things.
You can listen instead of read. You can do whatever it is.
Whatever that is, there's enough out there. You can get some CDs and listen to it if that's what you need to do. But you need to go out there and not rely on somebody else to do the work for you, because you know that doesn't work. It only frustrates the other person, and it does not really teach you the lesson of how to go after your own dreams. I can't tell you what your dreams are. The only person can tell you what your dreams are you. So how can you project that? I can do all the help I can possibly can and give you ideas of how to do this or how to do that based on what I've done.
Yep.
But it is your journey. And when I say your journey, I think that means singular, not plural. So regardless, if you're got a partner, if you've got children, if you whatever that is, it's not their journey. They have their own.
Oh yeah.
So you have to go in on the flip side of that, and you have to totally relax your brain on what you think their journey is, because you don't know what their journey is. You only know yours. And it's getting into tapping into your own soul that knows exactly what you wrote before you came here, and exactly how to go there and to find that. And that is a lifetime commitment to do that. But what is any better than that? Because we're here for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we want to spend this lifetime in happiness?
I know I do.
I do. Or do you want to spend this lifetime in just circling yourself constantly? I don't think that works very well. And that's why so many people you see out in today's world are frustrated.
If you do anything today, I would love for you to make a commitment with us to take one more step towards living a positive, life-affirming lifestyle. Not a negative, death-affirming, downward spiral-affirming, but a life, happiness-affirming lifestyle. And Lee, you brought up some common threads, and you may have gotten this a little bit more in depth right when Archangel Michael was really starting to come in, because I kind of zoned out on what you were saying for a while. Mm-hmm. But there's been a really major common thread this week with the full moon energy. And I know you and I both have had the similar common thread. It affected us a little differently. But I'd like to put it out there for any of you that may be going through this now or in these coming weeks. For me, it became very powerful of an awareness. It was just like it came to the surface of how there was a part of me that you know, I want to help people. I really want to help people, but it's not my job to do the work for them. It's not my job to clean up after them or do any of that kind of thing. And there's a part of me that would do that. And this week, I had numerous circumstances. I had someone that wanted me to go out to lunch with them, and it just didn't feel right with where I'm at right now. And I went into a whirlwind of, oh my gosh, what might they think if I say no? Because I might be able to help them. You know, maybe they need some help. And I had to really get clear with myself that each person has to do their own work, and it's not for me to help them. If they come and ask, then yes, but it's not my job to clean up after everybody. That's a pretty ego type of viewpoint. I really had to get really honest with myself to think that it was up for me to help everybody. It's not for me to do that. It's for me to live my purpose, and where my purpose crosses and intersects with someone else's purpose or life, where we can have a mutual co-beneficial supporting one another in some way, where the energy exchange works and where there's no burden attached. That's where that's where it's at. That's where freedom's at. And I really, this week, there was such a huge spiraling of releasing energy of that and awareness within myself. And I know, Lee, that you had some similar energies with that, experiencing them a little differently. But I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of other people out there that were experiencing a very similar type of letting go, the universe trying to help you let go of taking on other people's burdens. And even out of guilt. There's also a lot of guilt releasement this week. A lot of energies coming up to release levels of guilt that we do hold. You know, a lot of us sensitive folks who like to help everybody. There's sometimes is a guilt thing that goes on there. And I'd like to also put that intention out in this show to let it go. to know that each one of us is strong enough and has the courage enough within ourselves to just let the guilt go. To honor that each one of us is perfect and light and strong within ourselves, that we can just let it go and trust that whatever message we get, even, for example, my heart said, you don't want to go and have lunch with this person. My head said, oh, but you really should. You really should. And it was very intense in this full moon energy for me. It's like amping those things up times 10 sometimes. It's like I couldn't even shut my mind off with it because it was racing. But I really got so clear, I could tell the difference between my heart and my head. And I just finally, once I emailed the person back and just honored that I was going to, no matter how painful it was, no matter how much that I was gonna had to overstep the loud ego voice in my head, that I was going to act from my heart. And whatever that person's life was their life, but I was going to say in a loving way that right now my life is going in this direction, and no, it's not going to work right now, but maybe in the future. I left it to where, to me, it felt like it was closure, and it was with a sense of love and appreciation for the person.
That was a great, Michael, and we had that conversation on the phone that evening about that situation.
Oh, did we?
We did. And I would like to also encourage the people out there to always look at the good in all people.
That's a great one, Lee.
The good in all people is there. And you hear so much, a lot of gossip that goes on, a lot of judgment that goes on with about people, and you just have the theory, well, if that person's saying that to me, then I need to blend in with it. I need to have some type of something to say about it as well. Mm-hmm. Or what will they think if I just sit there and say nothing? Well, you just sit there and say nothing, because that's going to be the thought pattern of, well, this person obviously does not agree with what I'm saying, and that will take a look. That person will take a look within themselves of exactly what they said. You cannot judge other people. It's very difficult to do that. When you start judging other people, you hold yourself back. Because in a lot of situations with that, you haven't been able to release you. Because if you had been able to release you, that judgment would not be there. Mm-hmm. And so that's a prime, I think, point that you really need to take a look at yourself. I mean, I was at the grocery store yesterday, and this lady came down the aisle, and I've always been kind of the person that I've been walking down the aisle, and people will just come up and say, well, what do you think about this? Well, what do you think about that? I don't even know them, but they obviously, energy-wise, they're just coming up and saying that. I had one of my mentors say that to me one time. He says, you will just have people just come up to you because they're feeling something there, and I thank God, this is great. This is great. Uh-huh. This lady came up, and just out of nowhere, I mean, I was sitting there looking at buffalo chicken, okay? And she says to me, have you noticed that they don't put as much buffalo chicken in the packages as they used to, but it's charging like twice more money than what it was? And I looked at her and I says, no, I haven't paid any attention to that whatsoever. I said, but this company has to make a profit, just like everybody else does. And I'm sure that it's okay what's in there. It will be enough. She looked at me like, I can't even believe that you came back with that type of a statement. Because I know that in her head, she was saying to herself, this person's going to agree with me. And you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be, because I'm not. I don't go into that at all. I'm always into looking at the good side of all. But even that type of comment out of me, I felt good about it myself, because if I had gone the other direction, I would not have. I'd have walked down there and said, "Why didn't I address that?" But I addressed it with her in a very positive, loving manner, to whereas I thought, maybe she'll think about that. She'll just think about that. And when you go into the workplace, or you have people in a customer service oriented type, you just need to bless it and say, "Well, thank you for coming in to this door."
Mm-hmm.
Because you are going to increase what I need to be able to put a roof over my head and to be able to put food in my stomach. And thank you so much for being here. And it's blessings around every single thing that you do. Blessings around it all. And you just have to tap into that energy and don't go toward the negative side. Is always go for the positive side, because you will walk out of that building that day after work feeling much better about yourself. Because you'll be left it behind.
In other words, finding the gift within every situation.
Always.
It is
always
returned blessed.
Yes.
You always get a gift back when you look for it and find it.
That's true, and I've even found the gift today of moving all this furniture around in this studio, and being
amazing.
And being able to see you for 9 hours. What a gift that is, Michael.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Thank you, Lee. I have to say this is an amazing setup. What we've done, it feels so much better to me, and moving forward. Yes. And I as you were talking, I kept getting a vision of that, Lee, you and I send this intention and hold a space for everybody right now.
We will.
To step into your own healing chamber. Each one of you within you is a marvelous, beautiful, magical, totally filled with gifts healer. You have a healer within you. And I kept seeing this beautiful bath. It was like dipping yourself into the most sacred healing waters. And I'd like, no matter where you are, to just take a moment and either imagine, visualize, feel, whatever works for you. Feel that you are being guided right now at this moment with the hand of Archangel Michael stepping you into the most sacred healing bath waters that you have ever stepped in. And as you step into this bath, being detoxified of negativity, being cleansed of thoughts and things and burdens in your life that don't serve you anymore. And it is that simple. When you step into this bath, it just immediately releases any resistance within you, and you just let it go. It's that simple. And with that, may this energy just encircle you into your dreams tonight, and into your day, and into your week, and into your next month, and into this next phase of your life. And so it is.
And so it is. And this is forwarded out to all the universe, all over the world. And so it is.
Lots of love to you.
And lots of love.
And we will talk to you again soon.
Bye-bye.